Bring your ass.
I think that I could fuck the idea him out of your mind. He said he rap, he ain't signed. That is a good sign. Change your mind. Good conversation and some rosé wine.
Who real, who fake, can't tell no more. Say they let her real, but they let her fake mo. Catch a nigga floating and they brush the shit off. They celebrate a nigga telling how you let them off. Real recognize real talk. They only going off what they see off the top. You a real boss, look at what they did to Dolph. Game getting soft, got too many off the powder.
You're not watching. Fuck.
You are so.
Nigga, I did not know you said action.
I did. I just said action.
I did not hear it. All right, we're gonna do it again.
Shit. Let's do it.
Give me like a 3, 2, 1.
Okay. 3, 2, 1. Action.
Welcome to Ask a Man Mondays. I'm Zilla.
And I'm Tay Noonsy up in this piece. What's going on?
We making noise, holla, we them boys. Holla, pop a bottle. Holla, pop a bottle. Holla, pop a bottle. Holla, if you suck and swallow. Smell that marijuana, they gon' follow. Throwing money on her like she won the lotto. Pussy must be serious. Holla, scared of heights, come face your fears. Holla, do it just like Nikki, gone and bend it over. Say she never smoked, I turned her to a stoner. Young nigga, but I'm ready. Oh, foreign girls call me sexy. And white girls give me.
Good brother Zilla.
What's going on with it? We back with another episode, baby.
Yeah, we already know what that is.
How you been, man?
I've been good, man. I just been chilling, handling all the business that I can. Shout out to my daughter. My daughter actually got her first job. Oh, Lord, I'm so happy she got a job.
It's about time.
She said, Dad, don't worry. I'm going to help you. I said, the way you help me is by helping your damn self. That's what I'm talking about. Shit. Buy your own clothes and all the other stuff you like.
Your own shit.
Yeah, that's right. That's how you help Dad. You help Dad by helping yourself. Shit. But what you got going on, bro? How's everything been?
Oh, I can't complain, man. It's just slow motion in the ocean. You know, I'm with the guppies. I'm with the sharks. I'm with the motherfucking boats, guppies and tuna fish and whatnot. You know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, totally understand. So, here we go. Shout out to the Instagram family. Shout out to our YouTube family. You already know I had to fix that real quick. Of course, we on ZILLA Entertainment. You know what I'm saying? Don't forget, on YouTube, ZILLA Entertainment, so you can check out the Ask a Man Monday.
You already know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so what else we got going on?
I think we got a good show this week, man. We got a couple guests that's messing with us tonight, you know. We got Karl Shaft tonight, man.
Okay.
We got Karl Shaft tonight. Got a little bit of poetry going on.
Yeah, we got some poetry. And we have the questions for Ask a Man Monday. You know what I'm
Good
saying?
ass question.
Yeah. So we're waiting on Karl to cam up. As soon as he's ready, then we're gonna pull him up. But besides that, man, um, I was thinking about our last show and some of the editing that you've done. I know that people can't wait to see that show. It has been a lot of fun doing
Thank
that. And shout out to everyone who does submit the questions. We need those questions. So we open the questions 24/7. Y'all go ahead, comment your questions. You can DM us your questions, however you want to do it. As long as we get them, we can keep the show going. So shout out to y'all.
Shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up.
Mhm. Yeah, so we still waiting on our good brother to pull up, but looks like the camera, he might be having some technical difficulties.
It
So,
happens. It
so we,
happens. You got some questions, man? We've been checking the email. I checked the email this week.
I actually, I actually did have one question, but I think we already addressed it. Oh, there we go. We got Karl. We got Karl back.
All
We got
right.
Karl back. All right, let's
Well,
go ahead and pull him
everybody,
up.
I appreciate you all sending your questions in to the website and to the email and to the DMs anywhere you can. We do appreciate that. We do see them. And again, I have been checking.
That's right. That's right. So here we go.
Keep
We got our
doing that.
good brother here. Good brother.
What's
Karl.
up, people? What's going on? Salute.
Oh man, it's all good.
Karl, and introduce who you are, man.
I'm called Chef. I've been from law enforcement to bodyguard work, mostly New York, Philly, Jersey, lower part of Connecticut. Been going strong since 2005. And hey,
All right, all right.
Yeah, that's what's up,
Shout
man.
out to that. Shout out to that. Shout out to that.
Motivational right there.
Well,
Straight.
Karl, I appreciate you giving us your time and being a part of the show as a guest today. So shout out to that.
no problem.
And also, I'm happy to have you as a friend, man. So thank you,
Thank you, brother.
thank you. All right, Karl. Well, we got some shit, baby.
All
Yeah.
right, let's do it, man. Let's do it.
So the first thing we want to do, we want to recap a couple of questions that we had at the end of the show that we weren't able to address last show. So we're going to start off with those. And the first question, which tickled Zilla a lot, was and at the bottom we're going to have a question here. Do you have a weight restriction requirement for dating?
I'm gonna say yes. Me personally, you can't be too big and you can't be too small. I need you just right, and no discrimination. You know, no prejudice. However, I know what I can handle, and I know what weight class and what weight class I cannot handle.
You know what? I haven't really truly discovered what my limit is, and I'll just end it with I'm a brave man. I am a brave man. But I think on the fly, I'll figure out what's my weight limit. So right now, I don't know.
Fair enough.
I'm gonna tell you like this. All men should never deal with a woman outside of a weight class. They cannot pick up in case of emergency and carry, because if there's a fire or she passes out, any medical emergency, and you have to pick her up and carry her down some steps or up some steps or whatever, somebody's in trouble if you can't pick it up. So my preference, I'm gonna tell you right now, I do have a requirement. I don't like too big. What would be too big to me? Anything more than 250, more than me, because I'm 250. Why would I want something 300 pounds and I'm 250? I'm not into bench pressing unless I'm paid to do it.
I gotta agree with you on that. I mean, You know, I'm more comfortable with lifting my body weight, and I'm not trying to be like I'm not trying to hulk up no more. I barely lift weights now. You know, I got some 40-pound dumbbells. I hit the punching bag. I do the jump rope, resisting bands. But I am a brave man. But if she one of them females like really girly and want to jump on me and have me catch her and stuff, she better make sure that she know I can hold her. That's all I'm saying.
You put yourself at risk for hemorrhoids and anything else trying to be braver than normal. So
Yeah,
you gotta be careful.
that makes sense.
Now, fella, don't get me wrong. I like my mashed potato. I like my mashed potato. You get me?
And, and too much sodium can kill you.
Yeah, I like my bowl of mashed potatoes. Don't get me wrong, but you know, you just can't make it every day.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I get it. I get it.
yeah.
But what is what is a preference that you have, Zilla?
I say 16, 18, depending on the booty. Nothing bigger, or 24, depending on the booty.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yeah.
Other than that, 24 or less. 22, 24.
Yeah.
That's an average. That's not bad.
I thought 8s and 16s was average.
Well, yeah, but it depends on the height and how they wear it because you have
Right.
so many variations of body types where they can have big booty, but small waist, small top, small head, short legs, so it depends. Long legs,
Yeah.
Right.
depends on how they wear it.
Right.
Because it's so many different body types and variations. If I had a list of combinations that I like, then I think that's why women be like, man, just fuck anything. But it's not really that. It's just that it's a plethora of combinations that can fit that criteria. You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
Like, it's guys who like extremely big breasts. Some of them like
Right.
big old behinds. Some of them like the wide hips. Some of them like small breasts. And it just depends. If it fits right, you might fit that criteria for me. You know what I'm saying? So I totally get it. I totally get it.
And I think it has to do with tolerance too. Every person can have a preference and every person can have a standard, but your tolerance level is a separate entity.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? You got to tolerate it on a consistent basis. And men do know this generally, at least I know quality men know this. Women's weight bounce up and down if they have thyroid issues, that time of the month, water weight, afterbirth, whatever. So that's going to be a 5, 10 pound scale of up and down, every month, every 3 months, every 6 months. So women always battling when it comes to weight because they can't control it. Really, they really can't control it.
Right. And that's why it's important. Now we had a comment from Damon. He said, I can't deal with big stomachs. Mine's plus hers equals me losing inches.
Oh my gosh.
We also got a comment from Angelina Bell. She says, I'm 210.
Uh-oh.
Okay. I see you, baby. Shout out to them 210s, them 212s.
Right. You exactly 10 pounds below the limit that I got because I'm
Come on.
I'm 220.
Come on. 215s.
Right. Yeah. So let's see now.
And height, let me rephrase this too. It's not so much the weight. Height plays a part with that weight because if you're a 200-pound woman at 5'5" versus a woman 5'10", 200 pounds, it's going to look different, like you said before.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
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 No, you're right. You're right. And I like them tall ones, man. I mean, I like them both for different reasons. It's hard for that's why women be like, man, you men hit anything, but it's not that. It's just if it looks right,
Look right.
Hey, man, I'm on that.
Yo, like,
I'm on.
If that motherfucker look like a class deal, shit. You know what I'm saying? Shit. Now, Carl,
yo,
You
you
know
yo,
what I'm saying?
said Carl, you said if you can't pick them up to rescue, you don't need to be with them. Can you help me? What if I'm wrong? What did you
well,
say?
if a woman is 200 pounds, right, and she's, let's say, 5'8", if she passes out, it's going to be equivalent to damn near 230, 240, 250.
Mm-hmm.
Nigga, you never lift up a big ass 30-inch TV by yourself a day in your life. You know, no 54-inch TVs or big ass couch by yourself. So
Mm-hmm.
when a person pass out, dead weight, it's more. I know somebody was telling me, well, what about adrenaline? Adrenaline has nothing to do with you completing the assignment. There's a fire going on. Nigga, you fighting dead weight 230, 240 of a 200-pound person and trying to carry them from a bedroom down some steps and out the door. Come on, bro.
See, well,
You never done.
her lungs have to be intact. Because if it's like a fire or something, be like, man, you got to know how to hold your breath long enough to understand me something. I mean, get as close to the exit as you can, then I'll carry you out at the end. You know what I'm
We're
saying?
we're not trained firefighters, so you know we're gonna have a problem on the average.
Yeah, yeah.
I feel you. I feel you.
Hold on. We
And,
have a
and
couple of
I'm only
comments here.
speaking from. Oh, I'm
Go
sorry.
ahead.
I was going to speak about, even in my line of work. There's some guys that could be Zilla side that I could pick up and throw through a window, but there could be another guy that's Zilla side that is rock solid. I ain't picking him up.
And that's the nigga I try to be, Carl.
You know what I'm saying? So I might have to find another tactic.
So we got a couple of comments here. First off, shout out to Philly. Philly made it here. Demond. We got Angelina up in here. This is the roll call. All right. And then so Angelina said, I like climbing trees. So I don't know why you sound like I read that in Michael Jackson voice. You know what I'm saying? And, yeah, I know, right? And then we have a question which we will address a little bit later. Angelina also says she like tall, like Karl. Uh-oh.
Like
Oh, wait a
Carl.
minute. But then after that, Demond said, I'm 6'11". All right. So anyway, so we're gonna go to the next question, which is, do you believe a relationship can be 50-50?
Can it be or should it be?
Both.
I'm against 50-50 because there's no such thing. It takes away the purpose of the man. If you want a live-in roommate and call it a relationship, if you want a substitute for your lack of providing contingency, if you want to have an excuse not to be responsible, then yeah, go ahead with your 50-50 self.
Hmm.
But as a man, your purpose, your design is to be the one to provide and protect at all times, make contingencies, be stable, be qualified. Otherwise, why are you taking on such responsibility just so you can play or impersonate a man or impersonate a leader?
Yeah. I like how you said that. I have a little bit of a different perspective, but it's not too far off. I think that the 50-50 question always starts this man versus woman thing, and starts
Hmm.
the value of a man and the value of a woman. I think that you just give what you have in a relationship. Yeah, as a provider, I take care of a whole bunch of stuff. That's what I do. But when I look to my lady, I look for a whole lot of things that help keep me strong. You know, a peaceful
Mhm.
environment, woman who cares about and appreciates what I do, and I appreciate what she does. We hold
Mhm.
each other to a certain standard. We love one another, and you know what I mean. That I think that
Mhm.
you can't really put a number on that. You know, now when people say 50-50, are they only talking about bills? I mean, I just think you give 100% of yourself. If you can't give
There you
100% of
go.
yourself in a relationship, then I really don't know if you can call it a successful relationship because that's where the problems are going to start. What you
You're
think about
putting a
that?
you're putting a band-aid on a gunshot wound at that point because it's like I'm gonna be honest with you. You're
Mhm.
basically imposing to the other person. I don't care if you're male or female. You're basically telling them, "Can you tolerate me with $10 in my pocket as opposed to the requirement $50?"
Mm.
That's what you're asking for. I don't have what it takes to be a full man. Will you tolerate me being a half a man and you pick up the rest that I failed at or didn't accomplish or prepare for? That's what you're saying when you say 50-50.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, the courtship stage of relationship, that's where you're supposed to kind of be able to gauge what the person is capable of doing with and what they're not in that moment. But as the relationship continues, then
Mhm.
you can see some growth, you can see some changes, you can even see some receding factors that may require you to step up a little bit more to protect your partner. So um, I don't know, but Zilla, I love to know your perspective on it. What do you think?
Uh, I hear both you guys, and I like what I hear because it's true. However, in my take on do you believe a relationship can be 50-50, I'm already expecting my lady or the next person to be whole, 100. And that means she can live without me. She knows how to take care of business. Just us being together makes it easier for both of us.
Right.
Now, the things that are required of a man in a relationship or a husband in a marriage, in my opinion, will be met due to the success of being in a relationship or a marriage. So I'm not even, going there. However, the 50-50, in my opinion, comes from holding up your weight. If I'm the heaviest and I'm the one doing the most, you the one lighting the ass and it's not balanced. Whether or not that's financials, whether or not that's okay, while I'm doing something for 8 to 12 hours of a day, you need to be doing something for 8 to 12 hours of a day. While I'm bringing in income or groceries, if need be, you could do the same thing too, as far as being able. Um, I wouldn't necessarily speak about emotions or emotional support because why even be with that person or why be married to that person in general if you're not getting that? So we're still talking about beyond the obvious 50-50, right? Um,
So,
when you
so
hold,
let me. I was going to ask you a question to what you were saying before I
I was
forget.
just going to say, when you hold up your own weight, it balances out. And when it balances out, it could be 50-50, it could be 100-100, it could be 1,000-1,000. It's balancing out.
Yeah. Yeah. So we have
So,
a couple of follow-up questions in the chat too, if you wanted to look and kind of address in relation to the question that we are answering.
Carl, what
Uh,
did you want to ask me?
yeah.
no, I was just going to ask you a quick question. If if the woman elects you to lead, you're not a leader because you're a man or because you got a dick. You're elected to lead by the woman, and That requires trust and everything else. So
Hmm.
if you are elected to lead, if you're approaching it with a 50-50 mindset, you're not leading. You have a person now, instead of being your support system or your manager, it's like a CEO saying, yes, I own the company, but I need somebody up here to help me run it. The
I'm
woman
glad you
is the
said that.
man. The woman is the manager. She's the one taking care of the day-to-day operations, and you're dealing with the deals and the bigger responsibility. There's not a 50-50 unless you're saying, help me maintain,
I understand.
contribute as okay. That's why I said there's a distinction with that 50-50, because if you're asking a woman to come aboard, you're making her equal, and that's where we would get lost at, bro.
I understand what you're saying, and in my opinion,
Hmm.
I would say in that case that you're speaking of would be a woman that couldn't match me. Even though I know I own this company and I'm the CEO, and I
Hmm.
know I'm the one that makes the moves and thinks about the future with this company, I'm gonna ask
Hmm.
my lady, my other half, at
Hmm.
least her opinion.
Correct.
And
Our input is valuable.
and her opinion may be something that I haven't thought about, or a view that I haven't viewed it in, or something that confirms of what I'm thinking of, or it may
Hmm.
not.
Yeah. Well,
Uh,
I mean, if we're using that analogy, then you would expect whoever the person is that you delegating that task to is at the best at what you're asking them to do.
and that's
So,
exactly why I say 50-50.
but I mean, you want them to be at 100% in what they're doing, though. So I understand the fifty
Oh, of
fifty
course
concept.
that.
I think
Yeah, see,
what I
that's what we're getting them screwed. Uh,
yeah, because when we hear 50-50, everybody think it has to be down. But I like what you said because I was talking to my grandmother and she was telling me about a good friend of hers. And she said that in her friend's marriage, they go 50-50 down the middle with everything. It
uh-huh.
doesn't matter what it doesn't matter what it is. Especially when it comes to finances, one
Hmm.
might go buy all the stuff and then they'll bring the receipt back to the other one and say, "This is what I paid for. You got to give me half of that back."
Oh
So that
shit.
Damn.
they take care of everything. Now, that may not work for everybody. You know what I mean? But that's the way that they deal with their 50-50. And it kind of goes in line with what you're saying, Zilla, as far as like them both people are able to they match one another. So they can
Yeah.
count on each other to do that. Like, okay, this is what we're doing. I'm gonna go and this is a need for the kids or this is a need for the home. I went and fulfilled that need, but cover me halfway. That's only in
What
finance, but they do it in a whole bunch of stuff.
what I'm also saying is, if I run this business and I'm the CEO, if I get sick or if I'm in the hospital, my wife can come in and
Right.
run this company because she's that motherfucker.
Exactly.
And she's doing her half compared to being a housewife that's being taken care of, that just knows how to keep the house clean, take care of the kids and do all this housewife stuff. Maybe she know how to bookkeep, but no, I need somebody to come in, drive her Mercedes, drive her Jaguar, drive her Tesla to the garage and come run this company. And I know that she knows how to do it right because it's 50-50. I'm not talking about being a person that's 50% of a fucking human being, because I don't even want you. I'm not even gonna be in a relationship with you, because then when you give me half of that, that's only 25, baby.
He's
Okay.
got Yeah,
I just wanted to make sure that that there's a distinction because, like I said, a lot of time when we hear 50-50, I'm gonna tell you the truth. I think of some homeless dick that can't afford to pay rent by himself, so he recruits some chick that's making good money or whatever, and saying, "Hey, I need your half of the rent, so that way we can keep this going." Bro,
Nope.
that's not a man in definition and purpose
Nope.
because you're telling me you can't survive
right.
and you didn't qualify before getting with her.
You
Getting with
absolutely right.
her was a help to you.
No,
And now
no.
you,
What I'm saying, Carl. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Newsom.
no, I was saying now you putting her in the fickle. That's going to cause problems. That's going to shake shit up.
Exactly.
This what I'm saying,
Exactly.
Carl. If you played basketball and you was a power forward and you
Hmm.
starting, and it's another person on the on second quarter, second
Hmm.
string, and he the same dude as you, the same 100% you giving on
Right.
that time that you on the court, he
Hmm.
come in and he do that same 100% that balances out your 50 because you can't
Right.
play the whole game, but together y'all can, and together y'all both giving 100%, but you doing your part and he doing his when it's necessary.
But that's not how you're doing it when it comes to a relationship with a woman.
How come?
Your woman is the assistant coach or the water boy or the towel guy. You understand? They the people behind the scenes that keep the team rolling. And that's where the woman purpose comes into play. As a
Hmm.
man, your purpose is to play on the field. If your woman got to play on the field, what the hell she need you for?
Right.
So this is why I said I don't want to lose the distinction of our purpose. The purpose of man and woman interacting and coming together to expand or collaborate is one of you have to say, okay, you know what? I'm going to deal with the majority and I need you to just back me up. But I don't need you to replace me and I don't want you to take me out of my purpose as a leader. Because if I need help leading in such a manner that says you don't need me, then what am I doing? What am I doing there?
I can see that point.
I, I don't want
Yeah.
a roommate. I need a wife. I need a woman. I don't need a roommate.
Yeah, I totally get that, and you know that's cool because when you look at chess pieces, you see that the queen on the board can move freely anywhere.
Correct.
So
Yep.
depending on the situation, she may have to make those moves, which is why she's that important.
Hmm.
Because I used to realize sometimes you work certain jobs and someone would inquire about things. Sometimes the man would come and sometimes they would just send a woman to go ask. And I think that's intentional because
Right.
they need to answer and maybe they see the situation as okay, if I walk up and say something, I may not get the correct inquiry just based
Right.
on it could be my demeanor, it could be whatever, so I
Hmm.
go ask them this,
Send a
and then
woman to do a man's job.
you know what I'm saying. So it all depends. But we do have a couple of questions in relation to this before we go to our next. Someone said, "So
Mhm.
money makes a man." Damon said this. So money makes a man. What if she makes double you make? Does that make you less of a man?
Bring up Jamon.
Okay, we're gonna bring up Damon. Damon, you ready? All
Money
right.
don't make the man, but money don't make the man at all. You can have money and still be not a man in the definition and purpose of it.
Yo, what's going on? It's your boy Demond, you know what I mean? Just Demond on IG, just underscore Demond. You know what I mean? Hailing from Ocean City, Maryland. Was good. You know what I mean? Stand-up comedian. Biggest thing in comedy, literally. 6'11" ladies.
Okay. So
Shout out to Demond. We got Demond. Shout out to Demond. We got Demond in the motherfucking house. We got Demond in the house. Okay.
that's right. That's right. So
No, I don't feel. I'm sorry, Demar. I don't even feel comfortable right now because I'm gonna say Big D, and then I'm gonna check myself. But go ahead, brother.
Whoa, Paul.
That's wild, man. That's wild, bro.
That's
Wild, right?
my dog. I had to do it to him. What's up, dog?
What's good, bro?
Oh, shit.
Did you have anything to say about what we speaking of?
Yeah.
Any questions?
Yeah, I was saying because like it sounded like you know what I mean from what you know what I mean. My question was because it would sound like you know what I mean. I could be wrong that you were speaking more of a financial you know standpoint. You know, like saying like you know like man being a provider and stuff like that. This I mean it's 2023, bro. Women out here making bread, like you know. And who am I if Shorty making you know if Shorty making 300,000 a year and I'm only making 90. You know what I mean? I can't provide nothing for her that she ain't already got for herself. So if we together, I'm just providing whatever she need me to fill in. And so I say we complete each other, yin and yang. You know what I mean? She might have this, I might have that. It's all about completion. You know what I mean? To me.
But we do know that money, and I'm glad you bring that up in a way because money changes us mentally, emotionally. When you put 90 grand in a woman's hand every year and you coming in with 50, mentally, it doesn't take long. She's going to feel like she's the man of the house. She's going to feel like, you know, bruh, you ain't on the same level as me. Or, you know what I'm saying? So mentally and emotionally, it's going to like diminish you. Even though, like you said, yin and yang, but nigga, don't you forget, if I leave your ass, you can go back to that little one bedroom apartment I find you
Yeah, I feel you, but look, at the end of the day, I'm still making 90. So you know what I mean? I'm all right. You know what I mean? With or without.
Yeah.
You see me? What if that woman, you know, what? Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. My bad.
No, finish your thought.
No, I'm saying, what if that woman, you know what I mean? What if that woman, like I said, she's the top dog in the company or whatever, right? Around. So do that mean she don't deserve to be with a man? Because she making more than everybody. She at the top of the company. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's outside the door. But when you come in the house, you play Michelle Obama. You're the boss outside, but in the house, you have to be more, how you say, cooperative. Because interdependency starts when you come inside the house, not when you're leaving outside the house.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that
Fair enough.
I never had a problem, and we've actually answered this question in the past. I never had a problem with a woman who made more money than me,
Right.
as long as she understands the positions that we hold and what we can do together as a couple. You know, it's not about the money; it's about the mentality. So I'm not really worried about money if a woman makes more money than me, unless she's so far in her head that she running rampant. And it's like, okay, well, if you want to. If that's what you want to do, you can do that on your own. Let's see how that works. You know.
Yeah,
But,
I'm not against women making more money than men at all. I'm not. That is not even my concern. My biggest issue is how many men are losing their purpose, their design, because of it. You get what I'm saying? Because this is what's making you stop being a man in a household or elected as a leader. Why do I need you? I'm making 90 grand, 100 grand a year, or I'm paying majority of the bills, or even mental fucking, I'm paying 50%. So you can't tell me nothing. No, wait a minute, hold up. So you don't trust me to lead you. That's what you're saying. That's why you want this 50-50 thing. You want to have this equality. And y'all know as men, equality is really fucking us up because they don't understand a lot of things is not equal.
Yeah.
Now,
and that's interesting that you mentioned that because you know you can be with someone who does make a lot of money, and let's say if she does want to handle everything, before you get to the point of thinking that maybe she's on that borderline feminist stuff, first let's tap into like the woman's her need to be nurturing. She may just care about you and want to take care of you because it, you know, when you in a new relationship and everything is going great, woman will do anything for you. So you have to kind of tap into that and be like, hey, look, I understand your maternal need to want to take care of everything. However, I got it, because I know some people who women make a lot of money and they like, look, I make so much money, you ain't even gotta work. I'll just give you some bread and you take care of things. And some of the guys that I know, some of them took that and they stay at home dads and they stack their money.
Now they become Mr. Moms and playing PlayStation at home. You see
Right.
how the defined purpose gets out of whack?
Right. And then some of them has said that the latter, which is, hey, I understand, I appreciate that, but I gotta
Mm-hmm.
stand on my own too. So this same love
Mm-hmm.
that you got for me, let's go ahead. Let's put some bread behind this. I got this business plan. Let's go ahead and you can finance me
Mm-hmm.
so I can continue to stand on my own and do that. I appreciate the love. I appreciate the support. So it really just depends on how the man handles that situation. Before you start thinking that a woman is just on some because I pay all the bills, I run the show. They out there, don't get me wrong, but
Oh
if
yeah.
you with her and y'all care about one another, I mean, I think everybody is they're at least do that one solid where you'll think, okay, this isn't something that like I don't want to be thinking that you up to no good. I'm gonna give you that one solid, like, hey, okay,
You want to do the benefit of the doubt. Yeah.
yeah, you care about me. I get that. Well, this is what I need from you then, so I can continue to do what I do as a man. And if she
Okay.
down for that, that's cool. But now if she not, then you may have now you may know what
Reevaluation.
the direction she may be trying to go with you. You know what I'm saying? So, Zilla, you want to add anything before we go to the next question?
Um, what if the woman owned was the CEO and she knew that you was the man that could lead and still be in her life, and she
If
gave you that
she
opportunity?
if she's electing you to lead, because that's
Not electing you to lead. I mean, well, let's just say you don't even know she's the CEO. You do this just off the strength of you see something worthwhile talking to, and you find out that you'd have hit the jackpot, or you'd have met the right catch.
it doesn't matter how you try to word it or rephrase it. Interdependency is first and foremost. So guess what? If you respect me and you want to demonstrate you respect me, I don't care if you're CEO of Revlon. I don't care how much money is coming out your pussy. When you step in the household that we are together in, interdependency starts. I am the man, and you're not going to try to interfere or contaminate my purpose as a man by demeaning me or by making me feel like I'm the bitch of the house,
Hmm.
Mr. Mom, whatever. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. No, I totally get that. And those situations occur a lot. But I can say that if it's a woman that's a CEO and you don't know that she's a CEO, most
Hmm.
people that's in those situations are very privy at looking at people's potentials. And you see this woman, she is just always trying to pour life into you, got a lot of ideas towards you, and then once you
Hmm.
find out, you be like, okay, now I can see why you always pouring positivity into me. You always trying to give me you want to make sure I match you too. You know what I'm saying? So those are positive things you want to see. But I'm glad we had that conversation. Damon, I'm gonna go ahead and cam you down, brother, and we're gonna continue on with the show. I know we have Angelina. She had a question. Now, do we want to ask the question? Or should we just pull her up so she can ask that
Go ahead
question
and
herself?
pull her up. Let me ask her a question. She's been waiting.
Okay. All right. So here we go. Angelina,
Hey, what's
how you
up?
doing?
All right, how are y'all?
All
Hey,
good.
what's up?
Hmm. So
What's
we
going
saw
on?
you
Nice to
had
meet you.
Huh?
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet y'all too.
That's right. That's right. Yeah.
You got a
So
question?
Yes.
what's the
Why
question?
is it so hard for a woman to find a good man?
Okay.
because she don't qualify for one.
Uh-oh.
Well,
Carl
damn.
says because she don't qualify for one. Um,
That's just one aspect. I'm not trying to do anything bad. That's just one aspect. She may not qualify for one, or she doesn't know how to shop for one, or she don't know where they be at.
Right.
Mm.
I can agree to that, and also possibly add maybe she needs to find out exactly what a good guy is to her, and
Oh, you talking about subjective?
well,
Well,
everybody's normal is different.
Yeah.
I know what I want in a man, but the type of
Oh,
man, the type of man that I want, that I would prefer, would be Carl.
stop.
Okay.
There's a distinction between preference and standard. That's
I
number
know.
one. So you may prefer, but the standard takes precedent over what you prefer. And I'm gonna tell you why.
Why?
If that person that you prefer winds up to be what I've always described as a dollar store dude,
Mm-hmm.
but if you pursue based on a standard, that brother is a quality dude. Which one you gonna pick? The quality or the dollar store dude?
I want a quality dude.
All right, so you're gonna go with your standards, not your preference.
And okay, so I can tackle that answer. And this is only my opinion, and this is my theory on the matter. Because there's a lot of broken homes, especially like in the generation that we're in, where we have a lot of young ladies that grow up without fathers in the home.
Mm-hmm.
It becomes very hard for them to be able to communicate, understand a man that genuinely loves them and cares for their well-being, rather than just someone who is on the prowl and ready to sleep with them. So
Right.
it's a huge difference between that. Now, the flip side of that, and a lot of people don't agree with me when I say it, but men who grow up in single mother homes actually do know how to communicate with women a lot better than women know how to communicate with men. And that's where the man's being in the life of the children is very important, because you grow up to be a man and you talk to a woman who's never seen a man talk to their mother without wanting to sleep with them, or talking to them and trying to help them and build them up. And then you get around a
Mm-hmm.
man who has purpose, who stands on principles, and talks with authority and with absolution. It could be it could be problematic sometimes, and it gets to the point where um and we can see it on social media. Like, we can see certain things happening where a man may have an opinion about why a woman is wrong, but because he's a man, he should not speak on it. But I come from the era where we should have, man and woman should have that communication with one another, where we can critique coming from a place of love and concern. But what end up happening is, because of the way things are now, it's very difficult for men and women to connect in that way due to absent fathers. So it's a lot of men that's stepping up right now, changing that. But we have to find a way to get jump over or break down that infamous wall that women like to talk about. And I think
Can
the
I say
way,
something about that though?
sure,
Um, Now when you said like, okay, in my situation, I come from not having my father in my life.
hmm
So whenever I got into relationships with a guy, it's like, okay, well, how am I supposed to know how this guy treat me? Because the ones that I've been with treated me dirty.
Right.
And I'm like, okay, well, is this how you were taught? Is this how you were raised? Like, how was you raised to treat a woman? Because I always got the, as Karl would say, dollar store niggas.
Mm-hmm.
I never got
But
the,
that's
I
not your
never got
problem.
the,
That's not your problem, though.
Mm-hmm.
What's the
That
That's
was
not
the
your
problem?
whole
problem.
point of me. That was the whole point of me saying what I said,
hmm
because in certain situations, men do have the upper hand in communicating. Because if there weren't no if there were absentee fathers, and most men are, we roam the land and we learn our manhood. There's a lot of cultures where the man go out, the young boy, he go out and he hunt and bring back to the tribe, and either he come back with a prize and becomes a man, or he comes back on the shield, he didn't make it. You know what I mean? And when you make
hmm
it back, you're a man. So a lot of guys, due to absentee fathers, actually learn that way, but they learn manhood, and they're on this thing where they're constantly learning, right? But at least at least our mothers were there. We got to see our mothers. We got to talk to our mothers. The
right,
women do not have fathers. You see what I'm saying? So they don't know nothing. So that becomes a real big problem when it comes to communicating. So when we
right,
talk about having women having it hard to find a good man, it's because they never saw an example of a man who loved them genuinely. That's just
They don't
my
know. They
that's
don't have a
true.
reliable reference point. And most
right,
of these guys, as you say, 2023, in the last 30 years, something for the most part, even 40 years, they was only brought up with the idea of what a man is, not what a man
right,
actually is. So
right.
when you have a woman teaching a boy just the idea, her idea of what a man is,
Hmm.
this guy's gonna grow up and come across as and be, like we said, half a man or an impersonator or a camouflage of a man.
Yep.
And now with you being the person wanting a good man, now we're getting into qualifying for one, knowing how to shop for one, knowing how to identify for one, and knowing where those be at, so you can be in the vicinity of being access to that. But for the most part, though, when you're talking about a good man, or as I say, quality man, um, how do you identify that? Do you think a good man is because he got money, because he got nice teeth, a good job, or
No,
are you going by a biometric system of where you're asking the right questions to see if he's stable, consistent, his
yes,
foundation?
stable, consistent. Yes, I ask
Right.
those
Okay, so
questions. But my thing is, you know, Karl, I have a daughter. So my daughter's 16.
hmm
So it's like I gotta be that mother to try to lead her in the direction to figure out what she, you know, basically, uh, what am I trying to
just
say?
teach
Teach
her how to be a
her
wife. That's it.
exactly.
That's it. Yeah. And then
That's
and
your job.
you do the best. It's not an idea. It's from our experiences, you know what you've been through, and instead of passing down the trauma and allowing the child to try to figure it out, how about you figure it out? And I'm not saying it to you specifically, but I'm talking to like anybody who watching it. Instead of holding on to the trauma and passing it to your kids, figure out, remember how it made you feel, and try to create a difference for you. Try to create a difference, because there's no way, no child should have to start off the way that you started. They're
But should
supposed to
a
start
Right.
woman,
start out the way you
like when
finish.
you
You put them in a
say,
better position.
if the woman is the one that's raising the child, say the son, I had to
Mhm.
raise my son by myself,
Right.
but I couldn't teach him how to be a man. because I can't do that. I don't know how to do that.
Yeah.
So
So
I
that's
had
what
So
to
you,
see his father didn't teach him how to be a man. It had to be my brothers, his uncles, and them showing him or teaching him how to be a man instead of his own father. Because, like
okay.
I said again, I can't teach him how to be a man because I don't know. I'm not knowing that.
And
you're
what happened is that he took tidbits from everybody that you had brought around him, which is a good thing. You had him around some men, and he can have an idea of what things are. He's still not not like any of those guys. He just took what he needed,
exactly.
and now he's becoming his own man. So that's just what happens, you know.
But
But
can a
if
And
woman teach a boy how to be a man, though?
no, they only
no,
teach the boy their
impossible.
idea of what a man is, and that's subjective. When it
Correct.
from a woman's perspective, so it can be a problem when it comes to that. We see a lot of people. And let's just be honest. You get a woman get their feelings hurt or get their heart broke by their man, and they got a child. The first thing they want to do is raise their child up to be nothing like the father, even if he has good qualities. It's more of a selfish reason for doing it. You know what I mean? Like, oh,
Mhm.
he
It's
hurt my feelings,
contaminated.
so I'm gonna do this. You know, you don't never want to. I don't
Hmm.
want you to ever be like that. But that man might have some great qualities, could teach him. But sometimes you gotta let your child see the toxicity in that father on their own. You can't try to jump ahead. You know what I mean? And a lot of us do that. So
I don't
you
mean to
know,
cut you off, but I have to ask this too,
sure.
because it's been weighing heavy on me. My daughter, like I said, she's 16 years old now, mind you.
Mhm.
She told her dad in front of a lot of people, well, his family members to be exact. Um, we were having a conversation, and it led to the point where she got upset with her father, and she looked at him in his face while his mother was sitting down and told him the exact words. She said, "If I date a man, I do not want a man like you because of the way you treat my mother." How would that make you feel if your daughter said something like that to you? Like, how would you feel as a man if your daughter told you, "I don't want no man like you because of how you treat my mother"?
I wouldn't feel any kind of way because my daughter has to keep living and understand what life is. And if you only have, and your daughter identifies with the mom more than the father anyway. So the way that she thinks about things and the way the engagement between
Hmm.
man and woman, she's gonna always side with that. There's gonna be a disconnect with your daughter from the father. So, and if a father really cares about his daughter, he wouldn't even take that to heart. That just comes with good conversation, understanding of what's going on because there's three sides to every story,
Mm-hmm.
and no matter what it is, what happened with mom and dad is not what happened to that child. So she doesn't have that burden to carry. But the dad does have a responsibility to have that real genuine heart to heart talk with her, hold himself accountable for whatever he has done or whatever he was responsible for to clean that up because no man wants their daughter to go through the things that he's been through with women of his time. You know, we want to
And,
protect our daughters. We want our daughters to
and,
be okay.
and you have to take this into account too. Reliable reference point. You teach her how to be a wife. That's all you need to do. Let her decide her relationship with her father without you being interfered or involved. But this is the best part. Most of these men out here that have daughters will tell you straight up, if you came into the door with a guy, I hope he's not like me. Because most men already know the shit they did growing
Mhm.
up.
Yeah.
So no, I don't want no nigga to be. Let me tell
That,
you something.
that's
Hold on,
true.
hold on. Let me
I'm
tell you
not
something.
saying I
The
don't agree
biggest
with
cock
that.
blocker
That's
in the
true.
world, the biggest cock blocker in the world is a father. because most fathers don't want their daughters fucking until their 30s. You understand what I'm saying? So the real bottom line is, do they have your best interests at heart without being a conflict of interest? Because you hear women all the time that my father told me this, or I need a man that's like my father. Your father's not fucking you though.
Right, that's true.
Your father has to do certain things that a man out there is not obligated to do. So
Right.
there's a conflict of interest. Don't have this expectation. But with
Yeah.
your daughter, she has to find her own path regardless,
Hmm.
without neither one of y'all. She just hasn't got to the plateau mindset of saying, how do I grow? How do I evolve? How do I learn without my parents being even present? In other words, at some point in time, she has to sit down and confront, damn, what would life be if I didn't have my parents right now? How would I navigate? She's not
Yeah.
there yet. But it's
Yeah.
important though, because that is what's going to have you learn independence and interdependency. We go from independent to be interdependent. She has
Yeah.
to learn that.
Yeah.
But if she don't want to learn it, then she'll just be like most of these women out there that don't have interdependency skill. Independent, use them in, you know how it go. We
Exactly.
see it every day.
And it's a sad situation. So being a
Yeah.
parent never actually stops. You go from being a parent to being an advisor because your child is grown and they're gonna live their
Yeah.
life. They try this and try that, but you should still be able to be open and available to them to help them out. But Zilla, did you want to add anything to that? Because this is good. This is good stuff here.
I would say teach your son just how to be a good, respectable person, a good, honest person. You can't teach him how to be a man, but teach him the things that you would have loved to have received out of a man, whatever
Yeah.
that is. Um, and trust God to do the other or the rest. As far as your daughter, she's only gonna be another you. So if you hate men or have any hate in your heart, she gonna have hate in her heart and do the same.
Mhm.
So you let her, or you teach her how to be a better you.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. No,
And
that's
that's
good.
that's that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to teach her to be a better me. I don't want her to go through what I went through. Like I
She
don't.
she's
So
she's gonna go through it regardless.
Yeah.
Did you have
Even
any
if you
other
don't want
questions?
her to, she's gonna go through it regardless.
Hmm.
and I'm
That's
It's
gonna
how
be
she
there.
responds to it and how she handles it. That's the defining moment.
right. Okay, so as Zilla asked, do you have any other questions, Angelina? Because we're gonna go ahead and move on from this question, but we do thank you for adding that. That
Yeah.
brought up a good conversation. You have anything to add?
Uh, I do actually. Um, well, for me, um, when he talked about like shopping for a man or whatever, like
Mm.
Hmm.
I'm just completely lost because I can't put what I went through off on the next person. So like I know I had to take time to heal from my last relationship.
Hmm.
So I don't put it off on the next person because I don't want to do that. That's not fair to the next person that I'm with or who I am with right now. It's not fair to them. So
So you change how you
how do
shop.
you move
You
on
change how
from,
you shop.
That's
huh?
great.
You change how you shop. In other words, like I've told a lot of women, never fuck a man if he don't have life insurance. Never fuck a man unless he has two bedrooms or more. If you minimize, I ain't say it's better than, you're minimizing wasting valuable time exercising or entertaining something that's not even qualified in the first place. So you want to minimize that by asking the right question. This is how you shop better. Nigga don't have life insurance. Nigga don't have a two bedroom or more. He doesn't have stability, like 10 years or 20 years in the same residence on the same job. There's no consistency. Hell, he doesn't even have contingency. Why is he in your face?
All right.
Oh
Yeah,
damn.
that's cool. So
Okay.
so thank you, Angelina. We're gonna go ahead and drop you down. We have dope female trainers, Zilla. Dope female trainer. How you doing?
Hey,
Hey,
hey.
muscles.
Don't do that. How y'all doing tonight?
How are
All
you?
right, all right.
Thank you
So
for
I'm,
this
joining the
is
show.
no, thank you for allowing me on the platform. It's a pleasure. It's a privilege as well.
yeah. So I saw that you while we were talking, you said facts in the middle of the conversation, and you said bring me in. Was it something you want to add to the conversation?
I don't think I said facts. If I did, it was a typo. um, I went to. I didn't know there was a one. It was a one person panel. Well, one guest panel. I thought it was a multi guest panel. But if you could brief me on. I think the young lady was talking about her daughter and how to help her daughter be a better version of her mom, of the mom, as well as shopping better or choosing better. And you made a very there was a statement I've never heard before. If you don't have life insurance, don't fuck them. If you don't have more than 2 bedrooms, shop better. That's very that's prevalent. I've never heard it before. But in order for a child to be a better version of their parents, the parents got to be a better them. Child stands for copying how I live daily. So
There you
learn
go.
how to you learn
Mm,
how to you better. If you learn how to you better, make it intentional, make it intentional, habitual practice, and make sure that it's positive. You shouldn't have any problems. However, problems will arise regardless. But if you show your child how to problem solve, it doesn't mean that they're not going to, dwindle off or kind of veer off and do their own thing. But they will have a foundation to get back to the center point. There's no for sure fire way or problem solver to prevent problems. Problems are there for a reason to show you that. Let's see how well you get past it. If you have no problems, then you have no pressure. There's really no reason to give any advice or any suggestions because you're not qualified. If you don't have any problems, if your shirt is always white, ain't shit you can tell me. There's absolutely nothing you can tell me. Even a flower needs dirt to grow.
There you
Back
go.
to the young lady, just continue being who you are. And if you have to question how to shop for a man, and not to say that there's anything bad about it, maybe just learn how to you better. And when you learn how to you better, you don't have to shop for him; he'll shop for you.
All right, that's good. Would you like to give us a closing statement?
well,
What-
like I said before, the the most important factor that I'm looking at today, unlike back in the day, is that we don't know how to vet men. We don't have reliable reference point of men to vet men for us or to give us the clear, concise of what it is that we need versus what we want. Knowing the difference between preference and standard and letting the standard lead us instead of our preferences. My personal belief from observation, people need to stop dating in the sense that of what they know of. We need to go backwards in the sense of learning where we come from, our heritage, where it started, why. So my contribution to people today, if you plan on going out there and call yourself dating, stop dating at nighttime. If you want to date a man that you just met, start going and do brunches. Why do I say brunches? Because you can't get but so drunk off of a mimosa. It's broad daylight, it's public. You catch it before the lunch run, and there's no pressure of sex because guess what? You're out of my face by 1, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Go about your business. So that eliminates the way we are programmed, the way we've been doing things, and trying to correct the failures. So like I said, never fuck a man that don't have life insurance, consistency, stability, and contingency. That's all I'm saying.
All right, all right. Good, 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 good. So so dope female trainer, I wanted to know and we wanted to know if you can um serenade us with with the poem. But before you
Oh
answer that
yes.
question, Angelina, would you like to say something at the end? Give me a thumbs up if you like to say something in closing. Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna add Angelina up real quick, and I would like for her to go ahead and say something in closing before we get up out of here.
Hi, y'all. I guess I got my questions answered, like straight real talk questions. So it's giving me a lot to think about. Like it's giving me a lot of thoughts. So I have to reevaluate my whole little situation, and just like dope female said, she broke down what child meant. I never knew it like that. Like that was some real stuff she said.
Mhm.
So I gotta take that into consideration. I applaud her for that. She gave me some that was some real nice.
Yeah, that's really good. I appreciate you for coming up
Salute.
and giving your input. Um, good brother Zilla. All right.
What's going on? What's going on?
Oh man, nothing much. So, are we going to have dope female trainer if she's gonna serenade us with some life as we've done before? We're gonna go ahead and have you go ahead and do it.
Go ahead, and make her big, man.
He knows how to prescribe the CCs to my IV. This man here, shit, he's my Novocaine. Nah, fuck that. This man is my main vein, and one hit of him is never the same. You better put your boxing gloves on. See, his love is so strong, makes me question my own workout. He imprints his ink into these bricks, and with each stick, he's the addict to my vein. Penetrations of fictitious fictions fixated as he implants his stance into my truth, and if for just one moment I can steal away yesterday's, tomorrow's memories of false fallacies intended to destroy my mind, body, and spirit, only to discover that I am the oxygen that this king breathes. See, I'm often attempted but never implemented. I'm his good shit. His cocaine rich, 100% authentic, grade A, type O blood that trickles history into his DNA. I am the drum that beats the beat of beatings, covered in crackbacks and tattoo scars of sacrifice. See, I'm in his mind. I'm in his mind, thicker than a line of blacks on Friday in a government check line. Repeatedly, he teases me, lock-licking this religion to make this shit taste that much sweeter. Sweet licks of my cerebral cortex awakens his hunger for knowledge as he craves the wisdom of balance is chiseled in the crevices of my cerebellum. And although this is abuse, ain't no fucking excuse, cause the morphine that this king brings sets my sights on high. Cloud 9 be the daily getaway as he eats my canvas with his pen. And in the background on repeat is Jodeci serenading me saying, baby, won't you just stay? Instant highs and deeper lows sends my conscience into autopilot, and I am willingly relinquishing my strength to be strong enough to be weak because I choose him. See, he's my offense that creates pockets of past goals, and hell knows, but I'm gonna try his ass anyway because he's my loyalty. And this man gets the best of me every time I close my eyes. The sense of him wraps my soul like a four-leaf clover. I consider myself lucky he is heavily engulfed in my mind, and if this here were a movie, would he be the plot that thickens me, and I would happily co-sign, sell, and deliver. Cause this man right here don't get no realer. Willpower couple. Suck on my thighs.
Thank you.
That was beautiful.
That was.
I appreciate that. Yeah. I mean, hey, look, and then in closing with me, I'll just hey, look, we all in it together. We have a lot that goes on in society trying to divide the family. Ever since the family been broken down, we have been sitting back arguing about the same things over and over and over and over again. It comes to a point in time where we have to take a step back and just look at all of the terrible things that has been ruining our family. And a lot of the times, the exterior things affected us in such a way where now we have to look within. So before you start pointing the finger at everybody, look within, get yourself together. All right. We have to make sure that we don't be afraid of therapy. Don't be afraid to talk about things that happen to you, especially brothers. We have a way of holding things in. All right, because society taught us as men, we're supposed to hold everything in. Men have the highest rate of like heart disease and heart attacks and stuff like that. We hold so much stuff in. Find a space. We got money and resources to take care of ourselves, like how we take care of our family, because our family depend on us to be here. So make sure that you go ahead and get the help that you need, the mental health that you need, and love your woman, and how your woman love on you. You be as strong as you can. It's an old saying that still lives today, even though we don't hear many people say it. But behind every strong man is a strong woman, and if you don't have that, it's something that I could tell you that you're gonna feel a little lost in the long run. So do what you got to do. Get as much help as you, and that's how I'm gonna end my take. Zilla, you want to say something else?
In closing, I would just like to say, take it slow. Take it slow and get to know you first and understand what you really want. When you understand what you really want, go out there and try to get it to match. Don't be afraid to teach. Don't be afraid to learn.
Right.
Karl, thank you for being a guest and thank you for your time, excuse me, and joining us with the questions that we had from the lady. I do appreciate it. All the ladies, including Dope and Angelina, thank you for joining us. And thank you all for sending on your questions.
Yeah.
For Ask a Man Monday.
That's right. So
That was.
right.
Well, we did another show, man.
Oh yeah.
Hey,
Thank y'all for coming through. We appreciate y'all. Stay tuned to the good brother Zilla. Ask a Man Monday. We'll holler at y'all the next time. Peace.
Ask a Man Monday. Ask a Man Monday. Ask a Man Monday. Ask a Man Monday.
Kofi Cooks. Kofi Cooks. Kofi Cooks.
Hold on. Alien, not ET.
Been spending most our life living in the gangster paradise.
Alien, not ET. I don't know.
Hour after hour.
In case a nigga didn't know, them Bud Light limes hit, nigga. Just in case you
God damn it.
And the motherfuckers taste
Right.
so good, you just keep fucking with them.
Nigga sipping Bud Light limes. Fucked her once and I know I'ma fuck her twice.
Just in case you ever thought about not buying them. Just in case you ever thought about not buying them bitches, just let them know. Them bitches hit. Yeah. And so they'll find it.
God, dog.
Sponsored in part by Bud Light, Anheuser-Busch.
There we go.
Twitter plan.